You know that friend who makes everyone feel better, but nobody ever checks on them? The one cracking jokes in the waiting room. The one who turns every awkward silence into a punchline. Everyone calls them the funny one, the life of the party, the one who always knows what to say. But here's what nobody asks. Who makes them laugh when the room is empty? If that hits somewhere, stay with me. Because what's actually happening inside the mind of someone who hides their pain with humor is not what most people think. Society has a name for this. The class clown, the funny friend, the one who lightens the mood. And it's almost always said like it's a personality trait, like they were just born funny, like making people laugh is simply what they do. But here's what nobody tells you. For a lot of people, humor isn't a personality. It's a survival strategy. Let's go back to the beginning. Psychologists have a term for this. It's called adaptive humor, a coping mechanism where the brain learns to reframe painful experiences as something lighter, something manageable, something that won't make the room uncomfortable. And it starts early, almost always in childhood. Maybe you grew up in a home where emotions weren't safe to express, where crying got you criticized, where vulnerability was treated like weakness, where the only way to get through a hard moment without making it worse was to make it funny first. Your brain learned something very specific. Pain is dangerous, but laughter is safe. So it built a system. Every time something hurt, humor stepped in first, not to deny the pain, but to protect everyone else from seeing it. And somewhere along the way, that system became automatic. Psychologists call this a defense mechanism. Specifically, it falls under what Freud originally called sublimation, redirecting uncomfortable emotions into socially acceptable behavior. Making people laugh is about as socially acceptable as it gets. So the brain keeps doing it, over and over, long after the original danger is gone. But here's where it gets complicated. The same humor that protected you as a kid starts working against you as an adult. Because now nobody knows you're hurting. You've gotten so good at the performance that even the people closest to you can't tell the difference between when you're genuinely fine and when you're falling apart and doing a very convincing bit about it. Research published in the British Journal of Psychology found that comedians and highly humor-prone individuals score significantly higher on both depression and psychotic personality traits than the general population. Not because funny people are broken, but because the funniest people are often the ones carrying the heaviest things. And there's a particular loneliness that comes with this, because you become known for one thing, the funny one, the one who makes it better, and that identity becomes a cage. Because now you can't drop the act without confusing everyone, without changing the role they've cast you in, without becoming someone they don't recognize. So you keep performing, even when you're exhausted, even when the last thing you want to do is make someone else feel better, even when you're the one who needs someone to ask if you're okay and actually mean it. Here's something that almost never gets talked about. People who use humor to hide pain are often the most emotionally intelligent people in the room. They have to be. Because to make a joke land at exactly the right moment, you have to read the room perfectly. You have to track everyone's emotional state simultaneously. You have to know what people need before they know it themselves. That's not a party trick. That's a survival skill that got repurposed. And the painful irony is this. The very skill that keeps people close, the humor, the lightness, the ability to make anyone feel comfortable, also keeps people at a distance. Because nobody gets to see past it. Nobody gets to see the part underneath that built it in the first place. So if you're someone who laughs when you should probably cry, who deflects with a joke when someone gets too close, who makes everyone else feel seen but quietly wonders if anyone actually sees you, you're not broken, you're not shallow, you're someone who learned a very sophisticated way to survive something that hurt. The goal isn't to stop being funny. Humor is a gift. It always will be. The goal is to find at least one person you don't have to perform for. One space where the joke doesn't have to come first, where the pain gets to exist without a punchline. You've spent a long time making everyone else comfortable. You're allowed to let someone do that for you. If this felt like something you needed to hear, subscribe. And if you want to understand more about how your brain protects you in ways that quietly work against you, the next video is going to feel uncomfortably familiar. Click it.